Alright guys, today we're gonna look at one of the of many gambits, which is Danish Gambit. Let's see, e4, e5 and white plays d4. The idea of every opening is to challenge the center. The party who controls the center has the advantage. At this point, black's pawn on e5 is challenged, and black in many instances will take. They are up a pawn, but they spend a tempo, and white plays pawn to c3, attacking. And if black plays something like this, then we can recapture. We are material equal, but we have won the center, and basically white has big advantage here. So move like d3 will result in taking, capturing, and again white has center pawn and developed bishop. So white is okay. White is a little bit better, I guess. But black has excellent option of taking, and they are now 2 pawns up, but they spend 2 tempi on these captures, and white plays bishop to c4. As you see, white is playing gambit style, so they develop the pieces and black only takes the pawns. Now black will consider its options, like let's say knight to f6, but this knight to f6, which is the most logical move, yeah, it can result in e5, and the center is opening up, the play is opening up, and white is better developed. Their bishop is developed, the knight is on pre, so they have a lot of problems to deal with. So in many instances they will take, and white has to take back with the bishop. And this position is actually the main position of the Danish Gambit. So black has taken 2 pawns of white, and white has 2 bishops developed. About this bishop's pawn on f7 in e4 games is always an issue for black, and white already have put a bishop here. Now without this c2 pawn, white can play at some point queen to b3, making a battery and attacking the f7 pawn from this square. Also, black is not that easy to develop its king side, because now they have problem with the g7 pawn, which is attacked by the bishop and protected by black's bishop. So if black plays some point bishop here, then they will lose their pawn on g7. All right, so I will show you the right move order for black. The right move here is d5. This move is very hard to spot when you're not really aware with this position. Yeah, because taking, when you take, you don't know. You think you're doing the right thing because you gain in material, and that's generally what chess is about, like win material. But here you have to sacrifice back, so you play d5. The problem with this move is that it's not, it doesn't look that logical, because white captures with the bishop, and they'll kind of have all these threats against the king. Now the main threat is taking on f7. Let's say they will play something like h6, yeah, and so takes, and white is winning. So at this point the correct move for black is knight to f6. kind of allowing this bishop to f7 trick, but it's not really winning because black will take, white will take, and bishop to b4 check, unleashing this rook on h8 and with check. Very powerful move. White has to play back and save the queen, but not save it enough because black takes, and we have an endgame which is about equal. The engine says it's like -0.3, but I don't see how white is worse here. Alright, this is the main variation how black can defend. But let's see, opponent is not that excellently aware of this opening, and let's make some other choices. Takes, and black has this excellent bishop to b4 check. It's a development move with check, so in many openings we have this, and white has to play knight to c3, protecting its king and developing. So let's say black plays to d6 development move, opening up the diagonal for the bishop, and now white has queen to b3, unleashing this powerful battery on this diagonal and attacking the bishop. So bishop takes, and as you can see, black is 2 pawns up, but none of its pieces have developed. They exchanged their developed piece, and now they have to cope with this problem and this problem. So let's say knight to f6 takes with check, king to f8, and in this position white can play a development move like knight to f3. Let's say takes, bishop to h5, threatening mate. Pawn is pinned, so black has to play something like queen to e7 and castles. Yeah, as we can see that this king is exposed. He cannot really defend with his rook, and white has developed all the pieces. And this position's evaluation is plus 2.5 for white, which is excellent because they have 2 pawns down, but they have a winning advantage, more than winning. Again, if we look back in this position, so this variation is excellent for a blitz game, and you can easily win, but if you just not think very conservatively, yeah, as long as you play the gambit line, you have to give up sometimes material, but then develop pieces and see options of how to win your opponent. All right, thank you.